وهو على كل شيء قدير. Allah is Allah is Rahim.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. This is the School of Ramadan on Citizen FM 93.7. The School of Ramadan talks about what Ramadan teaches us, the lessons that we can learn from Ramadan. And my name is Halima Abdulahi, also known as Paku's Queen. The topic for today is Ramadan teaches us productivity. Our reference Quran verse chapter today will be Quran chapter 103 verse 1 to 3. Is a very short surah with powerful lessons. This chapter of the Holy Quran shows us how Allah swears by the passage of time. He said, by the passage of time, verily, surely, certainly, man is in a state of loss. Except who? Except those who have faith, who do good deeds, and encourages other people to do good, and also encourages people to have patience and be perseverant. So, what do we learn from this? On a normal day before Ramadan, we live our normal lives. Everybody does whatever they want to do. Nobody cares. Like, we are all lost. Some people do not even understand or know where their life is headed. But once the month of Ramadan comes in, everybody begin to come in line. People begin to try to know what benefit is in this Ramadan. We begin to put into consideration that really this month is just a month with 30 days. And we know the blessings that are in this month. These 30 days, we have 10 days of forgiveness, 10 days of blessings in it, and 10 days of Allah's mercy. Everybody wants to maximize the blessing, the forgiveness, and to get the forgiveness of Allah in this month of Ramadan. So, Ramadan teaches us productivity is the topic we're delving into today. First of all, what is productivity? Generally, productivity is something that that you put in to get results. Economically, it talks about the gross domestic products and stuff like that. But for the sake of today, I'm going to give a definition for productivity, and that will be: productivity is the process of leveraging on your available resources to get your desired and deserved results or goal. So let's break it down further for the sake of those who do not understand certain terminologies in this definition. Leveraging. What does it mean to leverage on something? It means to maximize the benefit in something, to take advantage of something. And then what does it mean to what are the resources we have that we have to leverage on? Some of you would always say that we don't. When you talk about getting results or attaining a certain goal, all a lot of people think about is the money aspect of it. But that is not all to it. There is so much resources that we have that we need to take advantage of to get the kind of result we want. So I'll come back to the resources we have. And then we have desire. Desire is something that you really, really want. If you want something, then you put in your all to get that thing. So to desire something is to really want something. You want it so bad that you can go to any length, but you don't have to go to using the bad means to get it. There are always good means to get results. And then, having splitted this definition, what else should we come to? I said we're going to come back to the resources that we have, and these resources are the things that we get to use more often. This is where our lesson of productivity comes from during Ramadan. So I'll split these resources that we have into 4 and 2 subunits. We have our mind, we have our body, we have our heart, and we have our soul. I'm going to split this into 2 subunits, which I term the internal and the external resources. The external resources being our body and our heart. You will want to ask again, why should our heart be an external resource? Yes, it is, because whatever you have in the inside of you, whatever state you find yourself in, shows up in your physical world. It's always there. If you're not happy, people get to see it. If you're happy, people see it. If you're angry, it finds a way of showing its ugly or beautiful state on from the outside. And then the other aspect of it is the external resources that we have, which is our mind and our soul. So I'll go further to break it down so that we can understand better. Our body, this is the resources. It's like the container that we are in. This is what carries everything that makes up you as a human, me as Halima. The body that carries me is what makes this is what people see and they say, yes, this is this person. So, and our body is often being neglected on a good day. People don't take care of their body because they feel like it's not necessary. People go through a whole lot of stress every day without bothering. People need to keep fit, but we don't do it. A lot of us are guilty. I am also guilty of that. So when you need to eat healthy, you don't do it. But what happens during Ramadan? During Ramadan, you see people coming back to do these basic things that we have been running away from. You see people hammering on eat healthy, and we begin to eat healthy. They say don't eat too much, which is something that we could not do away with when it's not Ramadan. People just eat anyhow because you feel that you have it. And for some people, they don't even have enough. So some are malnourished and some are overnourished. But during Ramadan, there seems to be a kind of balance, because people who have too much now begin to see the reason why they should share with other people who do not have. So that's one aspect of taking care of our body, which is our physical being. And then we also have time, which I talked about in Surah Al-Asr, where Allah talked about time, that time is passing away. Time is an element of our body. It is a physical aspect of our life that people also take for granted. But when it's Ramadan, it's like it finally dawns on us that we have limited time on earth. and everybody begins to run towards Allah to do whatever they can do to make the best use of the time that they have in their hands. And we also have money as a physical aspect of our being that people take for granted. You have money overflowing that you don't even know what to do with it. But because some people are so afraid of poverty, maybe from their past experience, from where they are coming from, and they finally made it, they hit it so big, they have so much money, it's overflowing, but they are so scared that they can't share. But what happens during Ramadan? Everybody begins to see the reason why they should share out of the abundance that they have. They share whatever they have in cash, in material, in whatever it is. They share it without the fear of that poverty that they used to have before Ramadan. And then let me go to the next one, which is our heart, which constitute of our emotional being. It has to do with our feelings, and like I said, it always has a way of whatever you're feeling inside, whatever state you're in, always has a way of showing its beautiful or ugly head on the outside. So prior to Ramadan, what happens? You see, people cannot control their emotions. People get angry. Someone will say, I can't take this bullshit. I can't take nonsense. You know me. No, I can't do this. You see a grown-up man or woman stand in the public without shame and ready to fight. Some even go as far as fighting, tearing themselves up. But during Ramadan, what happens? You see people become calmer. Even when you try to look for trouble from those people who used to say they can't take nonsense, they will simply tell you that you're lucky, I am fasting. So this is a true. We actually have it all the time, but it's been reiterated during Ramadan. You're able to control your jealousy, whatever kind of emotional feelings, negative feelings that usually portrays you as a bad person. During Ramadan, you find it very easy to control all of those negative emotions and become a better person. Then our mind, which I see it as a garden. If you have met a gardener or you have owned a garden of yours, you know how people tend to their gardens. You water it, you nurture it, you take care of it like a baby. You want to see how it grows every day. You want to see the beauty, the greenness, the lushness, and all of that. And you find pride in seeing the produce coming out so beautifully well. Where am I going with this? On a normal day as humans, a whole lot of us find it very difficult to think beautiful thoughts. If you love your garden so much, then you should love your mind so well that you protect it. You protect it from evil thoughts. You protect it from destructive, unproductive thoughts. Even Allah said that I am to my servant as he thinks of me. And this lesson, funny enough, comes up only during Ramadan, that you see people become so very positive about their lives. They now believe so much that Allah can do anything. They believe that anything everything good is possible and can come to them. But when it's not Ramadan, before or after Ramadan, you see people throw all of this to the winds. You worry yourself too much about everything, even things that are not in your control. Things that are in your control, instead of doing what you're meant to do, doing your best to see the kind of result that you want. No, you just sit down there, worry your head, think all the evil things that can happen on this earth, be anxious over nothing and stuff like that. Somebody can just sit down and you begin to imagine, oh, what if a kidnapper comes here now? And wallahi, whatever you think, you attract to yourself. Thoughts are things. Whatever you think, it comes to life. You bring it to life. You will think that a whole lot of things that happens to you are coincidence, but it had already happened somewhere before it happened in reality. And where did it happen? In your mind. So you do well to begin to watch your thoughts. This is what Ramadan teaches us. Think beautiful thoughts. Whatever you desire, whatever you want, whatever results you want to achieve, whatever goal you have set, put action to it and have a firm and beautiful belief in Allah that it will come to pass, and it will definitely come to pass. Then I come to the last one, which is our soul. It's the spiritual aspect of us, and that is the whole essence of Ramadan. And Ramadan teaches us to become very spiritual. You begin to live your life, living the purpose of your life during Ramadan. What do I mean by living the purpose of your life during Ramadan? What's our purpose in the first place on this earth? I always tell people that we have primary and secondary purpose. And our primary purpose is to worship Allah. Have faith in Allah. Believe in Allah. Trust in Him. Prior to Ramadan, what do people do? Like I said from the beginning, we just feel like we are the owners of our own selves. Like we own our own lives. Like we created ourselves and brought ourselves into this world. But no. We are brought into this world by Allah. And He brought us into this world solely to worship Him. He said He created man and jinn only to worship Him. But check yourself. Are you worshiping Him? What did He say in the surah? He said you are in a loss. Surely, certainly, He assured us that we are in a loss. Except for who? Those who have faith. Do you have faith? Do you believe in Allah? If you have picked this lesson from Ramadan, are you ready to continue with it? Then our secondary purpose is service to humanity. And this purpose must have to align with your primary purpose of being on earth. Whatever you're doing, whatever value you're giving out to people, is it in alignment with what Allah has asked you to do? Everybody has something that they are on earth to do. You have a value that you need to give out before you leave this earth. But are you really, really doing that? How much of yourself do you give out to other people? Or are you that person that says, it's me and me and me alone all the time? It's fine. It's fine to look out for yourself, to be there for yourself, to be kind to yourself, to love yourself. But remember that one of your purposes on earth is to give a part of yourself to other people. So, would you like to find out what your purpose is? People will find, like Allah said again, that we are surely in a loss. But if you don't learn, you will not find yourself. So this is another lesson that Ramadan teaches us. You find out that there are always Ramadan lectures everywhere, on radio, physically, on television, print media, everywhere you go to. So you do well to hone your intellectual capacity, build your mental capital, become a better person. Whatever lesson you have learned during this month of Ramadan, do well to continue with it. So in conclusion, I'll tell us that Ramadan is just a month in 12 months. We have 12 months and Ramadan is just one out of it. It's not even up to a half of the months in a year. So it's not okay. It's okay for you to pick all the lessons you can pick from Ramadan, but it's not okay for you to jettison it after Ramadan. Use all you have learned during Ramadan afterwards. Keep striving and keep becoming a better person. To live a wholesome life, you need to harness all of these resources that you have. Your body, your mind, your heart, your soul. You need to put them together and bring them into alignment for you to live a more wholesome life. Failure will always, you always do your best and fail at times. But remember that failure is only the meaning we give to it. Failure is only the meaning that we give to it. It is a feedback, not a result. So keep doing your best, keep learning, and keep getting better. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Once again, I am Halima Abdulahi on Citizen FM 93.7.
وهو على كل شيء قدير. Allah is Ghafoor, Allah is Rahim, Allah is the one who loves the Muhsinin. He is our creator, He is our sustainer, and He is the one who has power over all. Give thanks to Allah for the moon and the stars. Praise Him all day for what is and what was. Take hold